They're great. But this one is called Mindway VR. And it is a new mindfulness meditation app on the MetaQuest store. And it is freaking awesome. It's available free to try. And then if you fall in love with it, they have like upgrade plans from there. There's like a monthly one, a yearly one, and a lifetime pass too.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'll let you kind of explain a little bit about it because you were the first one. You tried it before me and you were like, you blew me up. You were like, dude.
Yeah.
And then the next day I heard about it.
So
and the next day I heard about it. And you're like, dude, go try that out. It's freaking awesome.
I am like full disclosure because we know that they are a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like out of fairness.
We can't give it a review.
Can't throw a number on it. But here's the reality of my situation. When I was real young, because my brain never stops. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't know how to stop. Even if I'm trying to fall asleep or even in my sleep, I run in my sleep. I'm talking and I'm never like off. So I had learned a little self-hypnosis to fall asleep. And then this is like when I was like, probably 15, 16. And then when apps started coming out for phones and shit, I was all over the meditation apps because I'm like, hey, meditation, it'll help you relax. It'll help you de-stress. And I just couldn't find one that legit wouldn't allow my brain to go somewhere else. Like I'm hearing the words. I get you. Almost to even if like we're doing it in a group sense of meditation, I'm thinking about work. I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner. I can't help it. My brain it's like somebody doesn't want me to ever de-stress or just relax and let it all go. Where I know the importance of it and how healthy it can be for your body and your brain, and one could argue your soul, whatever. Mindway did it, dude. And this is nothing to do with spot. This is like,
if you were like, paying them for the monthly pass,
it's like, if you just try it and give me an honest review, it's like, it's the first app I've ever used that's, in a sense, to me personally, part self-hypnosis, because you're training your body more or less on how to focus and concentrate.
Yeah, it's interactive. They'll guide you through it.
Yes.
They'll ask, are you having a thought?
They'll give you out. I encourage everyone, take the demo.
Try it.
Try it for free. There's a part where they'll like even explain, I think it was the anxiety one, like kind of understanding where anxiety comes from and what it really is and what it's defined as. And when you're doing these meditative programs, like if your brain's wandering, are you having a feeling or are you having a thought? So right off the bat, that was the first time anybody's ever asked me that question. Like when your brain when you're meditating, and they even tell you like, it's okay. You have to learn to reel yourself back in. Focal points are huge to me. And that was part of self-hypnosis. Like think of something, a grain of sand on a beach, and zoom into that grain of sand around the billions of other grains. They give you focal points to focus on with your eyes open, which is another weird thing, to meditate with your eyes open. Didn't think you could really do that. I've always closed my eyes. I can't emphasize enough how friggin' awesome. And we're talking 5-10 minutes a day.
Yeah, they have like these little session, and it's all about so they kill it with the environments, like the aesthetics of it, but they have
the voiceover work is great.
They have ones focused on like mindfulness meditation. They have ones focused a little bit more on like ASMR. So, they have like their daily sessions to do too, if you've killed it through all the courses. But then they have specific ones, which you reference, like an anxiety one.
Yeah, what do
they
you
have one
want
for sleep?
What do you need to get out of it? Mm-hmm. So it's focused more on that instead of just a general, okay, we're going to meditate.
Which they do have with their kind of daily session type thing too, but it's more...
Yeah, it's like maybe you're stressed and you need to focus on just the stress and anxiety in your life. That's all you have to worry about is that one section. Maybe you just want a general. They have like a mental alertness that you could technically do in the morning if you want to get more into that relaxed state before bed. Mm-hmm. But just like anything else, there's a level of discipline. I think you have to go into it saying like, okay, I can dedicate 5 to 10 minutes for myself, which most people can't do. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's sad if you can't take 10 minutes for yourself to just deprogram or invigorate, or like in my sense, be able to kind of get that truest feeling of self-hypnosis, but through a meditative app. Come on.
Well, I think if you ask most people, like, do you think that there's a benefit to meditation? They would go, oh, yeah. But then you would go, do you meditate? They would go, no, I don't really know how.
Don't have the time.
Don't have the time. I don't, but I think I don't know how would be a very
Of
common
course.
response that you'd hear.
Of course.
And Mindway kind of makes that part easy where they'll go, we don't expect you to know what to do. That's where we come in.
Dude, you don't have to know nothing.
They
All you got to do is sit down and be open-minded and relax. And even with the breathing, I've seen group meditations where it's almost like you feel obligated when the person's like, even on tape or app, where we go, okay, breathe in, breathe out. You're almost trying to do that breathing cadence to what the person's telling you to do. Where in the app, at some point after, they do give you visual aids for breathing in and breathing out, but then they'll even tell you afterwards, like, breathe on your own. It's, you're not forced to feel compelled to, like, well, they said to breathe in, I have to breathe in. Because now what are you thinking about? You're thinking about breathing in and breathing out. You're not escaping the things you're trying.
It's not really guided
Correct.
and interactive.
This is the truest. I like it better than any group meditation I've done. I'd put it up against the litany of freaking apps that I've tried on my
phones
phone
and stuff. And yeah,
I've had, we're going back to cassette tapes. Okay. I've had meditative cassette tapes for like self-improvement and awareness. Couldn't do it. Brain wanders. Apps can't do it. Brain wanders. Group settings, somebody's always making a sound or something, so there's a distraction. Can't do it. This one can do it.
dude, 10 minutes.
Right out of the box.
And imagine, think we're playing all night. You wrap up a session with this right before bed. Dude, what a calming way
do
to end the week.
Do the sleep one.
Yeah. Or even just the anxiety, whatever's on you. I like how they describe it too. They describe it as guided interactive meditation sessions.
It is.
Like that's exactly what it is. And
like
they say
the perfect accented voice is guiding you through it too. It's great.
Check this. They say it's scientifically backed. And if you go on their website, they'll list all of the references that they have for studies of the scientific backing of the benefits of meditation in VR or meditation in general. But according to them, it's also with the sessions being run are with accredited mindfulness instructors too. So it's not like they just hit up like me and you for voice acting and said, "Hey, read these lines."
No, you can tell when you hear the guy.
And that's exactly what you were saying. It's like it's the perfect voice.
Yeah, it's
the person knows what they're doing.
It's the voice that I wish I had, and if I didn't, it's the voice I wish that would guide me. So it's very trusting sounding. So even though they are a sponsor, it's like probably one of the happier things we're able to help promote.
Well, it's like anything that
there's no downside to it.
You know that they're confident in their product when they let you try it for free. So you have nothing to lose. If you're even skeptical of it, why not go try it?
Yeah, you won't get the full version, but you'll get a nice demo.
No, you'll find the link for the app in our show notes, our episode description. Same spot you can find our Discord server and our Patreon too. But you can also find Mindway just by going on the MetaQuest store and searching Mindway. That's all one word, MINDWAY, Mindway, and start meditating. I mean, like, again, try it for free, fall in love, and then, you look at the upgrade options from there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I am all open to somebody saying, no, there's a better app or VR experience for meditation currently that you can use, and I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, this was a interest you had before we ever got in contact with them. You were interested in these type of meditation apps, and only by coincidence did this kind of come together.
It was meant to be.
It was perfect. Yeah. So
the chakras all aligned.
Yeah. Again, our reputation or our trustworthiness, is I consider it number one priority. So just know, just because we're getting, a sponsorship with it, if it was a bad app, we wouldn't be doing it. It would be a bad app. This is an app that is genuinely freaking amazing that I think can bring a lot of people benefit. Very affordably priced at their paid tiers as well. But again, they let you try it for free. So what's there to lose?
Yeah, if you ever wanted to get into meditation in
you don't know
to
how.
me, a very controlled way, this is the perfect. There's no screwing it up.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it, verbatim, it doesn't matter.
No,
it's
they're very big on that too. They're like, just
you'll learn more about yourself with this app than you will with most.
Yeah.
And definitely, I mean, I hate group meditation. There's so many phony people in those groups. It's not even funny. And you can just...
Well, there's nothing that'll pull you out of a meditation session than something that doesn't feel real or authentic, something that feels fake. Whereas with Mindway, it's these guided meditation sessions that feel...
100% I endorse it.
Yeah.
And as far as like self-help programs. There's none that I've tried that I would ever endorse more.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me stoked from the time I first tried it.
Yeah,
I was
dude,
like,
you were
this
blowing
is
me
it.
up. Like I said, you were lighting up my
Yeah,
phone.
I'm
You were
dude,
like, dude,
this is it. This kills. I don't have to have another meditation.
Mhm.
And I do. I have meditation apps, dude. Yeah. It's like, and they're worthless to me.
look, if we went looking for the best one, we would have ended up with Mindway.
Mhm.
Like if we were like, let's do top 10 list of meditative review, Mindway would have been the top. So the fact that they're a sponsor, it's even better.
Yep.
So you'll hear the first ad read for that this Wednesday on our review of the Light Brigade. But definitely you don't need to go wait till Wednesday to go check out Mindway either. Again, that's Mindway, or just visit the link in our show notes. And other than that, I think
happy relaxation.
Yeah.
And self-improvement. Betterment of the world.
Right?
I used to get, going back to the 80s, but there were these mass, and I think they still do them, like mass meditation studies where like, 1 million people all across the world all promise to meditate that specific day. And I'm not saying there's something to it, but statistics on paper showed for that one day, like it sounds so hokey. I'm the guy you don't want in a group thing because I'm that guy that annoys everybody, right? Like crime across the world and overall violence went down that day. So it could just be that, coincidence and randomness, but schools that have like forced meditation on their students, there's proven results to it.
I don't know about the worldwide
it's a fun one.
in
You
crime
can
or
Google that one.
anything,
It's
but
pretty
I think
fun.
that
please do it.
I don't know that there would be a continuation on the same day, but I think it would be hard pressed to argue that if everybody meditated, that there would be, I think it's a pretty easy argument that there'd be less crime if everybody meditated.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would correlate in the same exact day, unless the fact that there's no crime, you locked everybody in their house.
They were the funniest studies too
to make them leave.
But I think they still do that day, like World Meditation Day.
But nonetheless, good stuff this week. Like I said, not too much news, but fun stuff with Walkabout, fun stuff with Guardians, awesome stuff with Mindway. And stay tuned for Wednesday where we're finally reviewing the Light Brigade, because